Good morning, everyone. We're going to start a little bit early. YouTube has been throttling my video playback, and I cannot figure out why, so I'm a bit concerned that this might be a little choppy. If it is, can someone just chime up in the comments and let me know? Since the point of this is to capture Anthem footage, if that's the case, we'll probably just end the stream early. But if it's smooth, then hopefully we can get some capture. I know we currently have 3 entire people watching, but hopefully we can get things set up beforehand. I only need about 45 minutes of content, so we won't do a super long stream today. It's unfortunate. I tried to capture the game straight out of OBS, and I suspect it's because I'm capturing 4K. The stream captures crapped out after about 5 minutes and dropped to less than 1 frame a second each time. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to use YouTube as a video capture program, which is hilarious, but there you go. Oh, I just need to move this window. Come on. There we go. Okay, so if you're seeing it fine, then it's probably capturing fine. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's just like watching YouTube as a viewer seems to be really bad. Like I said, I don't know why. I spent an hour a week ago talking to one of their AI bots, trying to get some sort of feedback. It looks like it's now, yeah, okay. It looks choppy coming through for me. It's not a bandwidth problem because it's, let me just, yeah. So what is the problem? So this might not work either. Let me just do a speed test. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks super choppy to me. Yeah, no, I'm getting 500 megabits a second on my download. Let's see upload. Yes, it's not receiving enough video. But why? Why, YouTube? What is the problem? Yeah, 490 up. So it's not a bandwidth problem. It's a YouTube problem. But I don't know what the YouTube problem is. Oh yeah, and it's smoothed out. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. And unfortunately, talking with the YouTube bot was incredibly unhelpful. Maybe I'll try again. Looks like I'm seeing a reflection back, and it looks like it's good, but why did it get choppy in the first place? I don't have no idea. And it's not just Anthem, because definitely my video playback has been bad, even with Anthem not running. So I wish I knew, because it's very annoying, and I pay for YouTube Premium, and I don't know why they want me to pay for something where I'm getting 360p running at 5 frames a second. But it would be nice if I could talk to a human being at Google. If Google's listening, hey Google AI, if you're listening to this stream, maybe have a human being talk to me about why my video playback is so bad, because it's really bad. As everyone's joining in, like I said before, I need a little bit more Anthem footage to finish off the Anthem series. I tried to capture it directly out of... You're not the only one? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Google is always listening. Needed a little bit more footage. I tried to capture directly in OBS. That did not work. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm capturing it 4K and my hard drive just ate itself after 5 minutes, which is unfortunate because the last time I actually tried, I actually was arguably competently playing the game for about 45 minutes. which is, I'm sure, not going to happen today. But we'll run for about an hour and of gameplay, and that will hopefully give me enough to finish the series. And then maybe we'll probably set Anthem aside for a while. Thinking about maybe doing something on OBS is super weird. Thinking about doing something on January 12th. I wish I knew when exactly the servers are going to go down, because it would be kind of neat to just be online when the servers shut off. But we'll see if we can figure that out or not. So if you have Anthem, yeah, that's right. I'm only good at games when no one's watching. You should totally believe me that I was good. Totally take my word for it, because I'm pretty sure today is not going to prove anything. Okay, let me just bring OBS up so I can switch. Oh, nope. Oh yeah, it did switched. Oh yeah, I have my latency. Turned up so that it gives a better video capture. So everything's a little bit. You guys are running a bit, about 5 seconds behind me, but. Okay, so it's 9:02. We'll go just shortly after 10, probably. That'll probably give me enough. Yeah. It took quite a long time to switch views. I don't know why. After we finish Anthem, then we'll start Veilguard. That will probably take a year. I have to be pretty careful about some of the more recent parts of that game. They did add this more recently, where it's telling you right as you start up every single time that the servers are going down. Still don't know why they stopped playing it. Or sorry, I still don't know why they stopped selling Anthem. It feels like they could have actually probably sold 100,000 copies or something if they had just been very clear about the fact that it was going down. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the problem with Veilguard as well is that it's... So the way I think about Veilguard is it's basically there's four different segments. There's the Joplin part. There's the part that happened when I was on Anthem. There's the part where it stopped being a multiplayer game, and then there's the end part where it finally became Veilguard. And I think I was only on 2 of those 4 parts. Okay, let's see. Let me just do. Okay. Is there anything better? Should I? That looks better. I realized the other day that I had never actually gone into the Forge. I do actually think that Veilguard is potentially I do think Veilguard is going to repair its reputation a little bit over time. It's definitely got It certainly has flaws, but I do think that it is going to it launched into a lot of emotion, and I think that some of that is going to be I think some of that's going to be recede a little bit as people get a little bit more distant from the launch. Let me just see if I can find something just better. That looks like it's just better. Oh, that was where I was. That looks just worse. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. All the reasons I said before as to why EA doesn't sell IPs just got different. They just changed. Like all of the requirements about like I don't want to stick my head out. I don't want to get in trouble. Suddenly, there's a chance that all of that's different now. Will it change? Will they sell them? I don't know. But things are different for sure. I think it's going to be like I think there are two ways to well, I mean there are lots of ways to look at Veilguard, but one of the ways to look at Veilguard is to oh, do I not have an active mission? I can't remember how to just go out into free play. Oh, free play. Duh. Okay. Guess I'm in public. If you look at, so like I was saying, if you look at Veilguard as a standalone game, I think it does a lot better than if you look at it within the context of the franchise around it. And I think that's one of the ways. That's what happened with Dragon Age 2 as well, right? Dragon Age 2 didn't do well when compared as a direct sequel to Dragon Age Origins, as people got a little bit more distant. As people got a little bit more distant from it, then people were willing to accept it on its own terms a little bit more. I think that's what's going to happen to Veilguard as well. Is people will be willing to look at it a little bit more from the perspective of this is what the game is, as opposed to this is the game that I wanted.
We are back at it, freelancer. Let's see what trouble I can find for us. Sounds good.
Oh yeah, there are actually people in here. Look at that. Ooh, windy.
Getting a message from the Arcanists. They've got some business for you.
Oof. Height, height, height. Am I hitting? Oops. Ugh. Okay, let's do it.
You've got a bit of time before the trial starts.
Okay.
Get set. Get flying.
Oops. Oh no.
There's an arcane vault in the area. Let's see what we can find.
This was something added after launch. Woo! I don't remember how to fly properly. Oh, I'm overheated. I don't remember these mushrooms. Maybe those were added after lunch.
An arcane vault. With the right script frequencies, it should open. Look for tuning points nearby. Move through them, and I can match their frequencies. You've got some wicked creatures heading your way.
Oh, they are wicked creatures.
Vault reset. We'll have to start over.
Oh, that's why that was like that. These are some wicked creatures. Oh. Nope. I'm not fighting that. You can see they added some new activities after lunch, like the flying through things. Oh, there's a human here with me.
We can try this again later.
Yeah, because I forgot about that race. Is it still... Are we hitching? We're hitching again. Oops. Okay. Let me get someplace safe. Why can I not capture this game? It's like they don't want me to finish this video. No, it's not. It's. I can see it streaming. The stream is not going through. So, but it seems to be a YouTube side problem because I have 350 bits per second right now, which should be way more than enough. And so I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to capture this game. This was my backup thought. Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out a way to yell at YouTube. I'm not doing anything, YouTube, so... Maybe. I don't know. But I mean, my video playback has been terrible for about a week as well. But only when I'm logged in as myself. So it's not a bandwidth problem. It doesn't even seem to be a... It doesn't seem to... Yeah, maybe I'll have to make a Twitch account? Ugh. Okay, let me just do this, because we're not getting anywhere. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like... How long ago did it start? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy trying to not be terrible. It's running fine. The game's running fine on my PC. It's just the stream. The um, I don't know. This is very frustrating because I'm just trying to capture 45 minutes of gameplay, and it's like it's very annoying. I mean, I can see that I look fine now, but when I'm playing, I can't see like inactivity notice soon be removed from the server. All right, then remove me from the server. I don't know who would want to like. I don't know that anyone's. There seems to be an appetite from the broader gaming community for someone to pick up Anthem as an IP. I don't know that anyone would actually be that interested in doing so. You'd have to be able to, like, you're not going to be able. I don't. EA is not going to sell you. Probably the. They might. They might sell you Frostbite at this point. It's kind of fallen behind the curve anyway, so they might not care. But I don't know that anyone wants to walk into that. Yeah. So this could be not related to my video streaming. It's possible that this is actually is Anthem is using up so much bandwidth that it can't push the stream back through the like this could be unrelated. This could be unrelated to my bad video streaming, possibly. Um, Maybe, but then that's so annoying because so the problem could be this could be a problem unrelated to my video playback. This could be just that Anthem is sending a ton of data, and I mean, but how much data could be sending? My bandwidth is like, I did it twice before. I don't understand. I don't understand how to capture this game. And I don't understand why I got 3 hours of acceptable quality footage, but the last 45 minutes is a complete disaster. It's not so much that so I would say it's behind the curve in terms of tools more than anything. Visuals are Frostbite's a beautiful engine. Frostbite is a performance engine if you play by its rules. And the thing that people don't understand about Unreal, the love affair with Unreal that people don't completely understand is that where am I going to put you so I can actually look at the camera and see you all. The thing that people don't understand about Unreal is that it's very good at prototyping. It's very good at the early part of the game. It's pretty hard to optimize Unreal. I would say it's not really harder than a lot of other engines, but because everything else is so easy, it lulls you into this false sense of security around performance. And therefore, as a result, games wait to optimize until very late, and then they have a lot of trouble doing so. Frostbite's a pain in the butt the entire time. So as a result, you kind of take it into account. In fact, Frostbite's architecture is such that you kind of have to optimize as you go, which isn't what I would necessarily recommend everyone do in most of the cases, but it's not what I would recommend you do, but Frostbite kind of forces you. So when you're close, you're running okay. even if you've not really paid much attention, because in order for the game to run at all, you kind of have to play by Frostbite's rules. And Frostbite's rules are, we were built to make a competitive first-person shooter, so you better run fast. No, Anthem servers are up until January 12th. How many minutes did I get? Well, no, not 20 minutes, because we started at like 3 after, and then we've been like this for... Frostbite, there's... Frostbite, the way I described Frostbite is like an F1 car. Whereas Unreal's kind of like a NASCAR. If I know how to drive a car and I hop into a NASCAR, I can drive it to the corner store and get some milk. It's a bit more power than I'm used to, but it basically drives like a car. If I hop into an F1 car and I don't know what I'm doing and slam that thing into the first brick wall I see and die, that's basically Frostbite. Frostbite's not intended to be an open world engine, though arguably Unreal isn't either. It's gotten better, but yeah, I have someone reached out to me on Unreal. I think we're reaching the point where I'm going to probably just use their footage, because this is a very, very, very annoying. I'll have to rename this stream because it's because it's not working. And I don't know if it's because of whatever secret squabble I'm having with YouTube is right now, and they're throttling the bandwidth I'm allowed to send to their servers, send and receive from their servers, and I don't know why. Or if it is something with my setup, but I don't know what's changed there. In fact, maybe the Anthem stream is what made them freak out about the earlier Anthem streams, what made them freak out about my server usage in the first place. But I mean, there are professional video game streamers on this platform, so like they definitely are able to do this and dump a ton of data onto the servers daily, way more than I'm doing. So what's the problem? I don't know what the problem is. And my bandwidth is like, I ran streams before, I was only getting 100 megabits. Now I'm getting 500, and it's worse. So what's the deal? Oh, I don't know enough about the Capcom's engine to be able to speak to it. I don't know. Yeah, it's like slowly lose my mind because I can't get enough footage to finish the last 45 minutes of this video. Very annoying. Unreal does still have the problem that it's had for a long time, which is Unreal games, unless you spend quite a bit of time with them, tend to look like Unreal games. Yeah. Lots of Unreal. I mean, Mass Effect doesn't use asset store stuff. Mass Effect 1, which is built in Unreal, like all the Mass Effects, they're built in Unreal. Well, except for Mass 4, I guess. I'm just going to kill this. They don't use store-bought assets. Most AAA isn't using store-bought assets. But there is because of the nature of the engine, because of the way the shaders work, Unreal games do have tend to have a kind of an Unreal look, unless you spend the time to work against that. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll reach back out to that person and see about um, using their footage, because this is crossed from annoying into very unacceptable. It's doable. Inquisition is open world ish, and it uses Frostbite, which is definitely at the time had no concept of open world, didn't even really understand and levels above a certain size. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing some Unity made its community so mad at it that it lost a bunch of people to some other engines. So maybe one of those will, yeah, like Godot and I can't think of anything else right now, but have risen quite a bit since since Unity has been kind of making a mess. Um, so I think we'll never just be two, but you definitely see less and less indies making their own engines. I mean, it's now you're only doing it typically now if you are if that's kind of your thing. If that's like you're not doing it, you're doing it because back in the day, most games were built on proprietary engines because the engines that were available couldn't really do the things you needed them to do unless you were making a shooter. Then you basically were having to hand code so much stuff. Well, you were getting basically nothing. You were getting rendering, and this is back when rendering was much simpler. These days, the engines are capable of doing most things, unless you need something really crazy, like everything in the entire engine is completely destructible, or yeah, it's. I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm making my own game, I'm not building myself an engine. There are people that do it because that's what they want to do. That's fine. If you want to make your own engine, go for it. But if you're doing it because you think it's the right path, probably it's not. Most of the existing engines probably can make your game. I mean, if you can make, I think it's a fair question. I think if you can make another game on it, it's I guess arguably an engine like in Infinity or like going back to the Baldur's Gate engines, like those are not really an engine. That's really Baldur's Gate 1 with then a bunch of stuff bolted onto the side of it to make Baldur's Gate 2 and Planescape and Icewind Dale. Like, we called it an engine. It was not really isolated in a way that you would expect that an engine would be. So anything is an engine if you can make another game on it, I think, if you squint hard enough. If you decide to call it that. I mean, there are rules that you would want an engine to follow in terms of isolation and maybe using libraries or DLLs or something, but it doesn't have to. It could just be a big undifferentiated mess of code, and then you just use to make your next game. And you could, if you decide to call it an engine, it's kind of an engine. Yeah, that's right. Um, that's right. Even CD Projekt Red is switching to Unreal, and they've been in that code base for a long time. They know how to make it do what they wanted to do. Like, I mean, I guess the last holdout will be Bethesda. If Bethesda, and isn't Bethesda moving to Unreal? Didn't they say something about that? The problem with doing that, the problem with lending your engines out, selling, like, to try to license out your engine, well, two reasons, two problems. Most people don't actually want to use your gross pile of code you use to actually launch your game. To be frank, that's right. They used it for Oblivion, so even Bethesda is looking to move away. Also, having an engine that you're going to sell for money, you're going to have to put effort into making that thing actually an acceptable quality level, but beyond what you would normally spend. So for most studios, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're not going to make your money back. It's going to cost you more to do that than you're going to make from whatever you're going to make in licensing fees. That's why you're not seeing, even like Crytek and that, like these, like most of these engine companies gave up because you're competing with Unreal, who is effectively developed by thousands of developers, because a lot of the stuff that individual devs do gets pushed back into the engine. Yeah, what was used for Horizon? I don't know. Bethesda games are built because they have a tool set that they really know how to work with. So I think what they did with the Oblivion remaster, someone said they used a blend of Creation and Unreal. That's probably the path forward. That's probably what they're trying to experiment with to see if they can do that, which is, can we continue using our existing tool stack, but then staple Unreal on top for rendering so that we don't look so we look better. That is probably that's probably what they need to do. If they did that, they would still be able to keep their mod community. Because for them to rebuild their entire tool stack that they've been building for what, 20 years, that's hard. I mean, you see it with Bioware games where Bioware kept burning their tools pipeline down over and over again, and it makes the team slow. Whereas, Bethesda kept moving forward and their tools got better. Their engine didn't get prettier very quickly, but engine is these days, engine is mostly about asset manipulation. So it's not really mostly about rendering anymore. Frostbite's still mostly about rendering, but it's more about the like whatever you call them, pawns or whatever. It's about the individual assets in the game and about doing anything you're doing with those. So it will handle multiplayer, but it's also handling your physics, handling positioning, handling like most of the game logic that doesn't get right down to the way the game works at a stats level. Everything else in terms of the game is what the engine does these days. Back in the day, back in the 90s, an engine was basically just a rendering engine, but they're not what they are anymore. That's one of the reasons why I think people are moving away from making their own, because modern engines can do 90% of what you need to get started. The low-level stuff. They do all the low-level stuff. It's just that low-level has gotten a lot bigger than it used to be. I noticed that it's been smooth since I shut Anthem off, huh? That's very interesting. I mean, Mass 1 is a game definitely dictated in part by its engine, right? Like, it's a game that is built around the fact that it's built on Unreal. To be honest, less than it probably should be. They were definitely, I mean, when they were building It was Unreal 4 Mass 1, and Unreal 4 hadn't shipped yet. Yeah, I mean, like, it's the creation engine, Skyrim, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of an engine. It's built a ton of content, Skyrim. So, I'm actually getting more. This is to get indication of how bad my game playing is that we've actually gotten more people in here since I stopped trying to capture Anthem than we had when I was. Yeah, I mean, arguably, Skyrim kind of is that. Well, I think we are probably gonna. I'll reach out to that person that reached out to me about footage because I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I guess we'll end here because we're not doing the purpose of the stream. So thank you all, and I guess we will see you again in a bit, and hopefully, and we will figure out something else.